Hi everybody, welcome to Survivalist Basics. So when you're just starting out in prepping, things can seem very expensive. It can be overwhelming. It can be really off-putting. Just make sure that you start and you keep going. I promise you things will get easier as you go. You'll get the hang of it and it'll become less daunting. And that's my dog asking to go to the bathroom, but she can wait. All right. So one thing I was going to suggest is for medical supplies, you could start by going here. Okay, yeah, it's the dollar store, and maybe people don't have a good impression of dollar stores or whatever, but they do have some great products at a great price for preppers or anybody. But for our benefit, the prepping side, they do have a lot of great products. Here's the medical aisle I want to show you. Have a look. Right, so here's an example of some of the stuff that I actually picked up from the dollar store today while I was actually there. I want to give you an idea of some of the great products you can pick up. Okay, so starting off with my favorite is the triple antibiotic ointment. I personally used this brand, this one from the dollar store for the last I don't know how many years. It's been great. I have no complaints about it. And for $1, compared to some of the brand names, it's a fantastic buy and it's worked great. So definitely no problems with that product. It's been really good. You can get things like allergy liquid medicines like Benadryl. You can also get allergy tablets. You can get about 36 for $1. And they're always handy to have around. You can get like hydrocortisone, hydrocortisone cream. And then you get things like athlete's foot. Now, this is antifungal, right? So don't just think this is just for your feet. This can be used in other places. Maybe this is TMI, but if you ever had jock itch, trust me, you will want something like this in your storeroom because that is miserable. So you get some hydrogen peroxide, a nice big bottle. I mean, you can get a lot of this stuff at maybe Walmart for the same price for $1. Sometimes I grab some. You can buy some basic masks, surgical masks. It's not going to keep out much, but they're still kind of handy to have around. You can get all sorts of different band-aids. You can get like things for the kids or bigger band-aids, and this is the 3M product. So this is I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of 3M. It's a pretty good brand. One of the things you got to worry about is when you're drinking. So say if something's happened and you're having a drink from the river or pond or whatever, if you don't have a way to filtrate it, or even if you do, and then suddenly your stomach becomes very upset and then you start getting chronic diarrhea, you're going to want anti-diarrhea medication to obviously fix that. Be very careful with chronic diarrhea. You can get extremely dehydrated very, very quickly. Trust me, I have been there. I've traveled the world and had issues before. So on that note, you can also get these electrolyte drinks from the dollar store. This one's a great flavor. So these are good to have around. Just like, or even maybe if you want to go the more expensive way, things like Gatorade and things like that, it could also be an option for you. But this is actual electrolyte drinks, so it's pretty cool. What else we got here? We have alcohol prep pads. There's 50 of them in here. You can get things like mucus relief. They had other things. You had some of the brand names, Tylenol and Advil for your pain medication, but you're only going to get about 6 tablets. Whereas if you go to a generic brand, you're probably going to get like 30 or so. You can pick up a bottle of aspirin for 100. It has 140 tablets. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And the thing is and this isn't standard across the board, but a lot of these products are just the same as these name brand products. Maybe they're just made slightly different or whatever, but a lot of the times they're pretty much the same thing. I picked up 100 safety pins. Sometimes I just suffer lower back issues, so I grab some of these patches to go on to try and help with that. So you got like some of this. This is the basic generic of Orajel. That people assume that Orajel is for kids. you know, are teething, but you can actually use this for toothaches, denture and gum irritations, things like that, and then for canker sores as well. So this actually has a variety of things you can use it for. So it's another good product to have. Okay, so if it's a long-term situation, you know, contraceptives are going to run out, and then you're going to wonder, am I pregnant? So probably not the best time to get pregnant, but it will happen at some point, I'm sure, with some people. So anyway, these are kind of cool to have, you know, handy to have around. They're super cheap. I'm assuming they're accurate, I don't know, but they could be handy for somebody, excuse me, in an emergency, if they're trying to figure that out or not. So, oh, and then I got some stuff like eye drops, and things like that. I got some eye drops here. There was a bunch of other stuff that I seen there. I just wanted to grab a small variety of things. You know, I recommend you try out your dollar store, see if they have anything that's worth of value that if you're prepping. You know, just be prepared, everybody. If anyone has any tips or tricks, or any suggestions on where else you can get some good medical supplies for cheap, you know, let us know in the comments. Everyone wants to know, so let us know.